Ladies and gentlemen, Jai Hind, and welcome to the fourth episode of Project Sunrise. Today we're going to talk about something that is very close and we all are trying to follow it since childhood. Following what you're good at and falling into the impulse of it and assuming it to be the best option, but it turns out that it is a hoax. This topic is quite dicey and quite dangerous too, because there are aspects of our life that we must always pursue where we are good at. It could be singing, it could be dancing, it could be music, it could be some particular characteristic that we find our strength in. And the history has been an evidence to the fact that people who have done that have actually emerged victorious in many spheres. But now the question is, to what level? To what count? What does the practicality speak? Is it for everybody who did that, or is it only for the some? That's where my topic comes in. Being something good at will have two core elements. One, that you find something that is very interesting. For example, let's say during childhood, maybe cricket was a very interesting thing, maybe football was a very interesting thing, maybe something or the other, maybe some particular chapters of mathematics, some particular aspects of physics or chemistry or biology or anything like that. That is interesting. Okay, so that is a first aspect of what you're good at, the element of interest or what appears interesting to you. Second element is what is actually a strength to you. That is a sort of a trait imbibed in the DNA, that what naturally brings out the best of you. And do you know when you will observe this? You will observe this in situations where there is contingency, where things are falling off, where there is a situation of chaos, and where something or the other is not normal and you are doing it the other way and maneuvering the entire thing towards a solution. It could be a leadership quality, it could be anything, but yes, that thing is imbibed into you. For example, management of people, conflict resolution, okay? As compared to, you can say a situation where you're able to articulate your knowledge in a very beautiful storytelling format. That's a strength. So this is something what incorporates the definition of what you're good at. Okay. Second part of this is, are what we're doing is equal to good at, and is that the be all and end all of thing? Is it going to keep you at the comfort zone or take you out of it? Are you restricting yourself only to that particular thing and not being open to others? Or not being open to the new changes into this? For example, you have observed that, okay, during the 90s generation or the generation of 2000 and a little bit more, the level of, video editing, the level of content creation was more into the natural format until the editing did not come into the picture. But did many people not opt for editing, or did many people choose to stay away from it? If you notice the rate of success, it will be more for the ones who embrace changes. Okay, so what you're doing good at, okay, at times may require you to push outside the comfort zone, and that is the core essence of this particular discussion. It's been just quite 4 minutes where I summarized multiple things. So what I'm going to discuss is not a solution. It's going to be like a discussion of observations. And probably this is what fits in the modern take of content creation. Bring out the authenticity in terms of your observations and let it open for discussion to the best of the ability of the particular listener or the user. How and when it should apply. We cannot apply hard and fast rules that, okay, if you see this, do this. Absolutely no. Probably at my point, from my seat of content creation, I'm only qualified to state that, listen, when I was doing this, I observed this, and hence this is an observation. So if you find something that is similar to that, probably you can do a reflection. Rolling back to the initial levels of talking about what you are being good at, sometimes it may take a lifetime. Sometimes it may take 30 years. Sometimes it may take just 20 years to understand and reflect back that, okay, this is how I used to handle. If you notice that many people change multiple careers. See, I'm not talking about company switches, but I'm talking about changing careers, changing subjects, changing different things, experimenting with different things. This is required because I understand that there is an inherent need that, okay, if you specialize in a particular skill, if you specialize in a particular role, it may give you a better returns. No doubt you will have the industry switches, but at the same time, when you go for higher careers, okay, diversity of career choices plays a very important role. In today's world, in many places, the higher education prefers candidates with a more diverse profile. So, my point of bringing up this video is people should not restrict themselves under the fear of security. Like we have a sense of security that has a factor of fear. Okay, that what if I change my career and all those previous years of experience or the previous journey will go into a drain? No, that never happens. It is always an add-on. The fact that you are embracing something new shows your element of courage, and that is precisely what is required in the present day. The courage to experiment new, the courage to experiment and fail, the courage to try something new and keep that as a pursuit. When you find something like as a technology, try and experimenting it. Don't make a judgment before, trying it. For example, the best example in the present day world is the use of AI. Now, while AI has a lot of options, but if you see, if you are a hardcore user, you will still find things that are very unique to particular elements of AI. Okay. And therefore, a particular successful agentic AI can only work. We all are working towards a lot of things, right? AI automation, as I say, agentic AI, and that is the buzzword of the present day century. But remember one thing, you can never be a good architect of agentic AI workflow unless and until you know each and every part of an AI agent. So an AI agent that is operating on ChatGPT will work in a particular form. Something that is working with Claude will work in a particular different form. Something which is with Gemini search, it will be of a different form. For example, some AI tools can get hallucinative, may not have the accurate response, but they'll give you a response. And there are some tools that are AI which cannot hallucinate. If they do not have the information in which they have not been trained in, there will be no response. Okay, so that limitations has to be observed and impacted. So that is when you have to grow out of your comfort zone. So being good at should never be a limiting factor. And when this becomes a limiting factor, that okay, listen, I'm just good at my software skills, or I'm just good at my coding skills or developing skills, you are freezing yourself. This is what is required for the younger generation to think and reflect that what you're good at, what you're not good at, may carry two elements: the element of interest, the element of strength. So if your software knowledge, if your knowledge about the structured thinking about coding is adding as a strength, well and good. Pushed for product management, pushed for something that is beyond that. Pushed for business analytics, blend it with product management, and see what you can become. That is the whole purpose of this video. That no matter at which particular stage of time you are in, you will never be able to identify what you are absolutely good at. So you need to continue to experiment and fail, experiment and try. Second, it may take a lifetime. Many people, they experiment. In fact, many of the, I would say, our family members who were okay into something or the other at a different level, but identified content creation as their own, interest, and then it became the strength. Today, a lot of people we know who are regular family members who are homemakers, and they have become massive level of content creators and having great source of revenue. Today, they're serving the country as well. So, okay, that is how good things happen. So many times your experience of so far of so many things may not be enough to give you an assurance that yes, you're good at only this. So try and experiment. Sometimes it will take time, and never let this fact limit you that okay, I'm just good at this, I'll do only this. That becomes the death of cognitive evolution. With this, I'll conclude this particular video of Project Sunrise. It's a series that is, targeted to empower individuals, all of us, either to build or to reflect and build again, irrespective of the age group, boardroom members, executives, Everybody. We all need that. And I'm also a part of that. So it's not something that is like a lecture that drives you to action. It's purely a discussion in front of the camera, discussing a perspective that is authentic and has seen some aspects of observations. If you concur with this particular observation, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Please feel free to interact. You can also mail me from the aliases and the credentials that are there in my YouTube channel. And I'll take a leave now. Jai Hind, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day and wish you a very happy new year 2026 to all of you.